Howdy ho, everybody. We're live again for another live stream down here in the basement, the office, the cave. Right. Just wanted to show you what I've been working on slowly here as a winter project. Kind of mentioned it briefly on the last live stream that I was trying to find something new. And earlier in the summer when I did the carving the canoe paddle, I actually enjoyed it. So after that I wanted to do a little bit more of some more leather work project, making some knife sheaths, that kind of stuff. But couldn't really find any knives that I wanted to purchase. So then I figured, you know what? I am going to collect some sticks, cure them, and I'll make some knife handles. Easy peasy. However, I don't want to wait a year for the wood to cure, so I am going to show you what I have been slowly building. And this is just one of these projects where, you start, stop over the course of months and might end up with something. I don't have all the pieces together here, but I want to show you what I have, show you my workstation. I spend maybe 10-15 minutes here and there. It's a nice little distraction, but I'll show you what the strategy is here. So let me flip over and show you what I got here. All right, so here we are. Now this is not the actual location. We're in the other room in the basement so that the sawdust doesn't get into play. And of course, the little one showed up, wanted to help, and took out perfection. And if you have kids and perfection, you know where the pieces are, everywhere. But anyway, here's the little workbench here that I had set up. Just one of these little job mates thing here. My dad had this humongous piece of pine left over. He had a pine tree that he had milled to make a workbench, and this was one of the pieces that was left over. So I took that, took my grandfather's old vise that wasn't necessarily being used, got it all oiled up and working again, bolted it in. So I have a nice work area here, and it has been working out pretty good. So I'll show you a bit what we got going on here. So I got a few things in the works. Got me some New England IPA to help me with it. But basically, I got some wood. Now, I'm not going to wait until the wood is cured. There's a specialty hardwood store not far from here, just barely a kilometer. So I got me some wood. So I got me some walnut, maple, white oak, and here's some cherry wood. And the prices wasn't very expensive. You can see here $3 for the length. Walnut was $6.25, maple was $4, and $5.75 for the oak. So about $20 of wood to get me some pieces. So I've cut up some different combinations here. This is some oak and walnut right here. Here's some maple and cherry wood. Another maple and cherry wood, but reverse. And then I got cherry wood and walnut. And basically, I've used a little piece of leather that I've had here, cut them, use them as spacers because my cutting skills are not very straight. And I do like the look of having a spacer in between the pieces of wood in the knife handle. So just using some Gorilla Glue. Now I know people use epoxy, and you can put down in the comments why I should be using epoxy instead of other types of glues, so that'll be interesting to see. So this one has been cut and cured. I've started to just shave it down. You can see these are a couple pieces that I've cut this morning and glued together. So I'm just gonna shave the excess down and get to something looking like this. And basically use the file for that. And then basically the goal here is to have some Scandi grind. So here's a Mora. This is one of my least favorite Mora knives, mainly because of the handle. But you can see here what I'm trying to do is I am trying, you can see the length fits pretty good. And you can see I have a little bit more work to shave, but you can see what I'm trying to get at here. And I'll be picking up some Mora blanks, number 1s and number 2s, and some Heli blanks. And this is what I'll be using, Scandi grinds, and I'll be making some Scandi sheaths out of that. So I think this one will be a nice one. You can see here by some of the grain with the walnut and the oak. I think this one's going to look pretty good. I don't know if I took the right wood combination. I'm sure people is going to comment about that, but I do think the maple and cherry wood's going to be a winner. And then, of course, oak and maple. I'll be adding some of those. So basically, that's it. So probably by next week, hopefully we'll have a few more blade blanks, and then I can actually start by tracing the shape of the handle. Actually, I might use this one as a guide since this one fits pretty good. Use that one as a guide. Just start shaving that down, and then drill holes for the blade blank to go in. Glue that, and see what happens. And yeah, continue to try to finish it. So we'll see. I have not got, I didn't get the oils, the finish here. So I'm just basically doing stuff as I go. So I'm not quite sure what type of finish I'm going to be using it. I know people use a variety, one of the other different stains or oils and what have you. I'm just going to grab what is available in my area. So nothing too crazy. And then from that, make the sheath after that. So anyway, that is pretty much the winter project here. If you have any comments after this live stream, put them down and give me your 2 cents here. I'm just experimenting here. As you can see, it was very low cost to get some of this wood, and what the worst that can happen. The blade blanks, especially some of the Moras, are pretty cheap, so it's not a very expensive project to get underway, and you never know, might end up with something pretty nice looking. So let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, especially the person who's been watching for a while. Really appreciate checking in for this live stream, and we'll talk to you guys next time. And now I'm going to do the very awkward trying to end this live stream here. Well, no. Siri, end this live stream.